363,558 euro. This is the number or the profit that my strategies would have made over the past 10 years according to the backtest. But this cannot be true, right? Because it is just the backtest, and we all know backtests cannot represent the actual reality. This is what I was also thinking, so I was curious and started trading these exact same strategies in my live account. And over the last 16 months, this live account generated a profit of over 57,000 euro of live trading profits. And this is not something I just say, this is something that I've proven because I stream this account every single day live on YouTube. So in this video, I will show you exactly what strategies I use, how I did the backtest, how I did the portfolio analysis, and then we will compare the actual results of my live trading portfolio or account in the same period that the backtest shown the performance, and we can see how big the difference is. And I can tell you by now it will really surprise you, because it also shocked me how accurate the MetaTrader backtest can be. But it is really important, not every backtest in the MetaTrader can be taken for granted, because there are huge differences from strategy to strategy. So if you want to learn more about this, stay tuned. Also, very important, before we jump into the detailed analysis, did you know that you can use all of my expert advisors completely for free with my partner brokers? Check out the links below this video to learn more. By the way, these are the brokers that I also use for my personal live trading. So let's jump right into the analysis. So the account I want to talk about is, of course, my live trading account that you can also find on my channel. Probably at this point you will find the live stream, and you can see here in the history also this account is currently 59,000 something in profit, and considering the open positions, more than 60,000 euro in profit. In this account I trade 12 different charts, so in total 3 strategies, and 2 of these strategies I trade in 3 symbols each, and the other strategy I trade in 6 charts total. So for all of these strategies I made backtests using high quality tick data from the Dukascopy data feed. I took all of these backtests and saved them on my local PC, so now we can use the quant analyzer, which is a tool that I use to create portfolio analysis. Because let me show you this. This is really cool. We can just click on load report here, then you can get the reports that you saved on your PC and load them all together with just one click. Then here I have to continue and agree to the settings, and it will load all of these tests here into the quant analyzer. And now I can quickly jump through the tests. I will get detailed analysis. I can see the list of trades, etc, etc. But here we want to talk about the portfolio, right? And next to seeing every single strategy here with the detailed analysis and key figures, etc, etc, we can also select all of them and say create portfolio. This is what I want to do now. So here you can see this is the total portfolio then, and you can see this is also the number that I talked about in the intro of this video. Over 360,000 euro would have been the profit from the beginning of 2015 up until the current point of time, which is beginning of August 2025, so around 10 years. And this profit is actually insane. You can see more numbers here and also here, of course, but yeah, let's stick to the equity chart first. What is cool about the quant analyzer is that we can first of all see the portfolio performance, which here is in dark blue. So this would have been the theoretical, of course, because it's a backtest performance of all of my strategies here, like these 3 strategies traded in 12 different charts combined in the last 10 years. But I can also say I want to see the sub equities only, and this means that now here you can see it in the legacy also, every single strategy is displayed in a different graph, so I can easily see which strategy was responsible for the profit and which strategy is a little bit underperforming. And this is super interesting because we can see that, of course, the go long strategy was very strong, especially in US tech, and this also, of course, what we saw in the analysis of my live account in the past months, that it generated a lot of the profits. Also, we can see gold is very strong, is the second best performing chart here. And also we could go into detailed analysis here for the different strategies. And for example, when I went through this just a couple of minutes before I start to record the video, I figured out that, for example, the range breakout EA in the indices like DE40 and also US 30, it's just not performing super great since I started trading it. And it's also, if we have a look at the portfolio again, it's also not having the biggest impact on the portfolio at all. So this is something I could consider taking out of the portfolio. So yeah, you can see here DE40 range breakout is the worst performing, US 30 range breakout is the second worst performing, so to say, strategy. So yeah, this is also what you can use the quant analyzer for. So it's just a great tool. You can find it also linked in the video bio. If you use my link or my coupon code, you get a little discount, but it's just a really useful tool. So then, of course, here in this video we want to talk about the portfolio. So what we can do is we can have a look at the overall portfolio. But as I said before, like always, you should be careful with backtesting results, and I'm also careful also for my own strategies, because I've seen a lot of backtesting results, especially in the MQL5 market, that are just super unrealistic. Sometimes they are fake, sometimes they are just the market conditions in the test are just not like in reality, so you cannot take the backtesting results for granted. So one of the most important tests that I always do is I compare backtesting results to the performance of the same strategy, the same portfolio in this case, in the same time period. And this is what I did. If you see my monthly analysis videos for this account, you already know my Trade Buddy tool, also linked in the video description. At this point, you can get it for free on my website. And here you can see this is the performance, like the actual live performance. So this is real. This is not a test. This is not theoretical performance. These are 57,000 euro of profit. Yeah, this was, by the way, a couple of days ago, so this is why the live profit now on my server is a little bit higher. But here you can see this is displaying 57,000 euro of real live trading profits. I withdrew them already, so you can see this is not a back test, this is not theoretical, this is not like, yeah, unrealistic. This is what happened. And now I can go back to the quant analyzer and I can make a what if analysis. And this is a super cool tool because now I can use the portfolio here. And if I select the portfolio, you can see I can take trades or select all of the trades only in a specific time period. And here I selected for the same time period that I traded in my live account. And if I now click on create what if alternative, you can see I get this what if portfolio down here. So if we now go back to the analyzer, you can see this is from the end of March 2024 up until the current point in time. I think it's not matching like the last 2 or 3 days. I don't know when it ends here. Yeah, here it ends like 1 day earlier than here, I think, in my Trade Buddy. But yeah, these are the same trades basically. And what is super interesting to me to see is that if we just compare the performance or the graphs here, let me try to rearrange it a little bit so we can see it nice and clear. So if I just put the Trade Buddy performance below the performance in the quant analyzer, so you can see, as I said, these are the same trades, but on the upper side here in blue, it is the testing performance or the performance that the tester generated, and down here in orange is the actual live trading performance. So while you could say the upper performance is theoretical and not proven, you cannot say it about the performance down here because it is actually proven live trading performance that is streamed live on my server. And what is super nice to see is that the performance actually, or the graphs are so similar, it's actually shocking. Because you can see in the beginning we had this little dip in both charts. We had this little dip in both charts. Then we had a good period. Then we had a dip here, here, and all of these dips, they are very, very similar. Of course, the x-axis might look a little bit different, because here in the quant analyzer, the x-axis is based on time, and I cannot change it, unfortunately, to trades. But here in my trade buddy, it is on trades. So this is why the dimensions are sometimes a little bit different, but still you can see the same development in the equity graph, and this is what is super important to me. It basically means that the test, also the long 10-year test that I just showed here in the quant analyzer, it basically shows that this test over the last 10 years, it could be really accurate. So it means that, and don't get me wrong, this is theoretical. No one can predict the future. The future is always uncertain. I will not give you any guarantees whatsoever, but it means that the testing environment was kind of realistic. And theoretically, in the next 10 years, with my account and the risk that I trade here and everything, yeah, I could see another like 200,000, 300,000 euro of profit. I could. This is not unrealistic at this point, I would say. I mean, I could, of course, also, again, I cannot promise anything. I could make losses in the last 10 years, but I could also make a lot of profit. So this is just what I wanted to show you in this video. Like, the quant analyzer is great to analyze a portfolio of backtest. It shows you how your strategies synergize, how the performance could look like, and also if you have the same trades, same strategies traded in a live account, you can use, for example, the what if analysis and easily compare it to your live trading performance. The quant analyzer in the pro version, it also offers a direct live trading comparison, but yeah, I just use my trade buddy for this, but you could also do that. Also, you can do more stuff, like you can do like portfolio correlation analysis, and so you can see also how your different strategies are correlated. You can see if there's a high correlation, a low correlation. So this overall just helps you to build your portfolio. So I mean, for me, it was a good tool to use. It helped me a lot to get a good overview over my strategies. And yeah, and I hope in this video I was also able to show you like that performances like this are achievable in the strategy tester, but also achievable in a live account. If you do not trade strategies that are unrealistic, or if you do not like artificially improve the performance in your tester by creating, for example, a unrealistic testing environment. So just stay true to yourself, do not lie to yourself, work hard in the strategy development process, and then yeah, I mean, at some point we just have to be brave and trade it in a live account. But as you can see here, it can work out. So automated trading is definitely something that can generate profits. It's not a scam, but of course it's also not the holy grail. So always be careful. But yeah, I hope this insight gave you a little trust, a little hope into what I'm doing here on the channel and what I try to promote. And if you like this, let me leave a comment in the comment section below. And also, if you have any questions about anything, make sure to just ask in the comments. That's it for this video, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. I'm out for now, and yeah, have a good time and good trades. Bye.